Welcome to TCH Live. We're in Austin, Texas for the Summer Warmup 100K. This is the final table. I'm Kyle Frisbee, joined in the booth tonight by John Good, and we're hopping directly into the action. You saw the end of a hand there with aces taking down the pot. We've got Mike in the box, and more importantly, $22,500 up top on this $200 buy-in tournament. Blew out the guarantee of 100K up to 127,000 and change. So gigantic prize pool for the buy-in size, and also a great structure, 30-minute levels, then ending in 40-minute levels today. We've got My making a raise with a couple of eights in the 5-seat. Blinds are 25, 50K with, of course, the 50K big blind ante. See Andrew Tran, the Tranimal in seat 1. He's made quite a few of these streamed final tables. Got a few returning folks and a couple of faces I've not yet seen, so we'll see how everybody approaches this final table spot.
Yeah, we got a lot of locals, and it looks like we got a pretty interesting spot here for Jackson right away. Very short stack, but way too much hand to fold. Looking like he's deciding between flatting and defending.
Yeah, just looks in the call, and he's rewarded with a monster flop, top pair with the jack of spades. So he is as far in the driver's seat three-handed as you'll see, and he just only gets better.
Yeah, he's got a stranglehold on this one, giving both of his opponents 1% after the flop. Is a good place to be, but actually this card improves his hand, but it is one of the only cards that gives
yeah, that's
outs.
true. Just as I said, it only gets better. I realized, yeah, now the 8 does beat a flush if there was a spade to come.
Oh, and it looks like My is going to choose the aggressive route here, thinking that Jackson in the big blind doesn't have an ace. And most of the time she's going to be right, but this is not one of those times. And let's see if My can pull out the last 8 in the deck.
This would be one of the more brutal river cards that we've seen if the 8 comes out here. My, she's been known to do it. Does not come, and aces full of jacks for Jackson, and just what the doctor ordered if you're sitting on the short stack as he was to start this final table. Now up to a manageable 22 bigs and change. So
yeah, not
whole new
quite
tournament.
Healthy, but yeah, definitely nice place for Jackson to be, especially when he's got John R over there with 285K. Probably going to be waiting for him to bust now before getting involved again. But yeah, huge double and then some for Jackson there.
As I mentioned off the top, 22-5 up top, but all these players have locked up $3,000 for their efforts. There's a $770 ladder to the next seat, or to the next eliminated, I should say, 7th place money. Well, that was a short stint from Mike. Now Julia in the box going to pitch the cards.
Yeah, it looks like 2 more hands until the big blind for John R. So he'll probably be looking for something before then, but you can't just go with anything, you know. If you get 3-6, you're probably just gonna wait for a blind hand.
Yeah, it's so tempting. It feels so much better with the tiny glimmer of hope of fold equity to put the 285 in. Once you pay the big blind and the big blind ante and you've only got 185 back, it's just, you're very much at the mercy of the hand you're dealt, and probably just going to have to run it. My with the ace-10 suited under the gun. She going to raise it up, 125K.
Wow.
Perfect, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect,
Okay.
thank you. Oh, you know what? That might be kind of strong. I wonder if it's on
Jackson
high.
gonna give
Maybe it's
a-
on high.
Give it
Are you asking the
little
wrong
think
person?
here. Think maybe My is steaming from the
Yeah,
last
turn
hand.
it slightly to the other way.
Jack 10 off. It's not quite enough
Like
of a
that,
hand to
maybe?
do
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
about
perfect.
it.
Yeah, like
That
that.
good?
Thank you. Thank
Jung
you.
Hee is going
Well, that's a
to
little bit low, look.
defend the
I
big
think that's
blind
perfect.
with
Is that
Where it was, where it
8-5-0
was, where it
and
was. Yeah, where it
King
was, yeah.
Queen Deuce Rainbow is
Is that
not
good?
going to
Okay.
interact with her
Yeah,
hand
perfect. Right
whatsoever, and my
I think
mind's still
I think
well
I found a
ahead
job
with
here,
the
man.
ace high and the gut shot.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, Dunkey gonna hit the turn and lead out. I'm not scared about those 2 overcards, and she correctly is gonna deny some equity
You
from
didn't
my
pull
mind.
it
Just
early.
pick down the pot here on the turn.
Yeah, she has the liberty of doing that. She can, with that big stack, she can defend pretty wide and pays off there. And actually,
What is it?
No,
my
sir.
mind
No.
getting away
I'm
from it
good, man.
pretty quickly after that turn
I'm just
bet.
trying to get to a 4th spot. If I get to a
She
4th
was
spot,
done
I'm
with
good,
it.
man.
Especially with, as we already alluded to, John R. Very short stack and coming up on the big blind. She probably wants to just get past that prize jump before she gets too out of line. John R. got a decision here with the ducks under the gun. Kind of let it go.
Oh man, I think you just have to go ahead and put it in there. I know that you're flipping against everything at best, but
Yeah, but
you have
got
a pair. Yeah. I mean,
That's-
you're basically about to blind out. I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of whatever you're dealt next hand from a pot commitment standpoint.
Yeah, it's going to be forced to put in 120K, and I'm just thinking that the rest of the table is going to not play a hand, you know, just get out of the way and wait for him to pay his big blind. My
Yeah.
mind's got to be thinking about that right now. I know that my mind wanted to defend the suited queen, and a
I
lot of
should've
the
put
times
it all
that's
in
going to be
with that hand,
correct,
right?
but with
You know what I have?
ICM,
Pocket
specifically
deuces.
right where it's at, I think you can fold almost everything there.
Yeah, complete disaster
good,
to
man.
go out now with John's about to be in the big blind,
You haven't played a hand for all night.
putting in about
160,
half
right?
his stack.
Never.
Here's a 60. Man, there you go.
Time to use your one time, John. See what he can pick
My
up
deuces
here.
are good.
Yeah, and I think King 9
It was 50-50, right?
suited
Okay.
probably would have folded if he jammed there, just because there's so many players behind that Adam would have to worry about. But the world will never know.
Again?
I had 2 big overs. Yeah.
Adam,
Raised to 120 by Adam.
Raise.
Under the gun. He's got King Jack offsuit. Andre, with a couple of sixes, is going to raise it to 350.
Yeah, I like this play just because you got John R. in the big blind. Adam is not going to want to call a big 3-bet. No need to play a big pot unless you're extremely nutted. And John R. even going to fold the queen jack suited.
Yeah, we can see he was dominated, but I would say Queen Jack suited is kind of in the gift category if you're in that spot of putting in 120K,
Should've gone
sitting
with
on
that, right?
285.
Yeah, and you got to think Adam is going
It's all
to be
good. So.
No
de-incentivized to play a hand, so you're going to probably have some dead money out there. You can
You know, I just
more than
realized
4 or
with
5
this,
times your stack if you
30
get in there
minute
and get
delay,
lucky.
that's about how long it's going to take for y'all to figure out who's lying.
Really?
What's he lying or what?
Well, at this point, I mean, he does basically, he has an orbit to find a hand he does like to try and double up, and we've certainly seen stranger things, players coming back from sub a big blind to actually a playable stack.
Yeah, it is a strategy, and I've seen it work before. It's just very difficult once you pay that big blind and ante. If it wasn't an ante format, I think if everybody paid their ante, then I would like this strategy a whole lot more.
Raised to 160 by Andre with the attractive suited connector. 7-8 of hearts. It's going to fold around to Adam. He's got ace wheel.
I've played a lot with Adam. He does not care about ICM. He will still play poker here.
Yeah, Adam, a pretty experienced tournament player, plays quite a bit online, and in fact, it's how I met him. He was deep in an online tournament at a cash table, and good to see him making it deep in a live tournament as well. King 10-4, bottom pair for Adam. Just going to check it over to Andre. Andre going to c-bet.
Yeah, king high board is always going to be a good board for the pre-flop aggressor to continue the aggression. Andre going to notice that as well. Put a little c-bet out there and get Adam off the fours.
Yeah, and I mean, until John's out of here, he can just lean on the big stacks can just absolutely get away with murder against all the players between Jackson and Andrew.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to see Kyle not getting a bit more out there, a little out of line. But it seems like with Andre on his left, they've probably played a bit together, and he notices that Andre is not going to let this go.
And yeah, and this is a perfect hand example. A couple of tens with the player sitting there with two bigs. It'll be interesting to see how he navigates this if he gets some resistance.
Yeah, Andrew already looking a bit uncomfortable just by the call from Andre.
9-7 suited from Andre. He's here to mix it up with that big stack. And yeah, in another awkward spot, ace-jack suited for my.
Yeah, if John R. wasn't here, this is just a slam dunk all in.
Wow, and she's
going
to put it in, and this is
surprising. John R. is going to snap fold the king queen, and Adam has ace queen now.
what a absolute nightmare for these middle stacks.
Yeah. I mean, I think Adam is not liking life too much right now. I wonder if he puts it in, what Andrew's going to do.
Thank you.
I mean. Oh, he wants to call.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew and Andre can knock him out. If it ends up heads up against my, he still would have more chips left than John has. But
Next time
at the same time, given the spot,
Thank you so much.
you're probably not that worried about Andre because he just flatted Andrew. But both Andrew and Mai's ranges are uncapped, and ace queen off is right on the fringe.
Yeah, no,
versus those hands.
I don't mind a fold at all by Adam here.
Yeah, I don't either.
I myself would be folding. And Adam is not me. He's going to take this spot, and if he's able to squeeze Andrew out, and he does, Andrew's going to snap fold, and Adam is going to be in a dream scenario now with the ace queen with the against the ace jack and a ton of dead money in the middle. 36%. Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, like we were talking about pre-stream, these dominated aces aren't as terribly far behind as you might think. And there's the flush draw.
Always
a jack or a
sweat.
heart.
Oh.
Does not come, and my gonna exit. And Adam picking up a big pot. He's up to
what do I gotta go
2.6
back
million.
to?
And John R. picking up $760. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Nobody's showing respect to ICM except for John R. And he's going to get rewarded. And I would bet that he is going to go with a hand here with his goal probably to be that one more ladder up and then let's gamble.
It was a 3.5 buy-in ladder.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing to shake a stick at.
Shabby.
The next ladder is up to from 3770 to 4540, so slightly larger, not a ton. The ladder is starting to get steep as you go north of fifth place. So 7,300 for fourth, 10K for third, second is 15.8, and then 22.5 for the champion tonight.
That's having good. Yep.
And Andrew, if he would have got
to the rail.
real risky, would have just scooped it all
They
with
sure
a 10.
would have.
Can't call a 10.
Yeah, I mean,
Calling him,
no.
that's long as two of you.
I know that's not what you were saying, the would have, but yeah, if I'm Andrew, I'm snap folding the tens
Try
there.
that late, but I should have
As
done that
well.
Easy fold for Andrew, I think. Looks like Kyle's just gonna limp here. Let Andrew see a flop with the 6-4 suited from the big blind.
Three on the turn really doesn't change it. Well, it does change. A gutter now for Andrew. Does not come, and king high going to be good for Kyle. He makes.
Yeah, check, check.
Yeah, I saw bet in the graphic for a moment, but check, check. King high is good. Take down the blinds and ante.
Yeah, Andrew not usually gonna get out of line in that spot.
On that one that you went
I'll
all in with
probably
her,
would've
did you
called
hit
with
the
king
queen?
high
You had an
outplayed,
ace?
but
Oh, that's all
nothing
one?
too exciting that hand.
What'd you have, man?
King, queen of spades. I don't know what hits. I'm trying to remember. I don't think of the king. It
And
is.
John R.
Those are
is
low
gonna
cards, right?
Lie a little bit, just to add suited to his hand. What'd you have? King, queen, suited. Okay. I never get. They're gonna see it in 20 minutes, but it is fun to lie.
Oh.
Actually, I saw a poll question of poker players of if people say what they had, is it more or less than 50% a lie? I actually
here we
lean
go.
toward
Let's go,
more
guys.
than 50% truth.
You think? I think people down here kind of tell the truth more often than average.
Well, John waited for a premium. He got one. He's got ace king,
Yeah.
and
And
You didn't have to call,
59%
sir.
against
Got my
6-7.
children out there, baby.
Okay.
And
Andre, as he said it, going to defend his children in the big
Come on,
blind.
come on.
And
Yeah, you can't really fold anything for this
Never
price.
played with
Yeah,
me. I'm
60-40.
believing in protecting my children.
yeah, and not that there was much consideration. There's
Look at that.
the 7.
Ah.
John R. can't believe it.
Gonna need an ace or a king on this river. Does not come.
Good hand, guys. Hey, good hand, sir. Hey, good thing we all.
John
Be
held
safe.
out for
Good luck,
another
man.
770, and he'll go home
Oh, yes.
with 3770.
Yeah, coming in as the short stack, you got to be happy leaving 7th because it was only 11 hands, you know, and he waited much more patiently than our other two players. So he's going to get the extra 700 and whatever 9th to 8th was as well. So well played, John. You earned that extra money, brother.
Yeah, and no desperate short stacks
Finally
now.
said it won't be
Jackson
filling his
at the
seats.
bottom, still with a million chips. All these players have locked up $4,540 for their efforts. And things moving along quickly. For any of you, we did start the stream a hair behind on the final table. First hand, our 9th place finisher succumbed with top pair, queen kicker to a flopped set by Jung Hee on your screen now.
Yeah, whenever you come into a final table and you knock someone out firsthand, it just feels like it's gonna be your tournament. And it gets all the nerves out of the way, it gives you some confidence, and just gets your mind in the right place to win a poker tournament. So we'll be looking to see if Jung Hee can use that momentum.
Yeah, and I mean, I couldn't agree with
check.
you more. That's the way to do it with a bang. I even would argue it, if you get it on a streamed final table and you can just raise and take the blinds, it just feels good to add some chips to your stack.
We've got an action flop here as Andre is going to be getting a pair, but Jung Hee without a pair, but with a straight flush draw. He's probably going to be pretty excited with this flop. And Andre, as we have seen, is not letting a flopped pair go for one bet. As he shouldn't, by the way. Looks like Jung Hee's gonna choose to keep the pressure on with no improvement on the turn here. Andre is not buying it just yet. We've got quite the pot here. 2.1 million in the middle, and that's the nuts for Jung Hee.
Wow.
But it's going to be very difficult to get any value from this specific card. It's probably, from Andre's perspective, the worst card in the deck.
Truly.
I can't think of a worse one.
Have to go very small, but probably at this point would think Andre is a bit stronger than just a pair of nines as played. It's going to go with a decent size and get a quick fold.
Yeah, snap fold from Andre and a huge pot going Jung Hee's way. And even better for her, it's from the other player at the table who's got the most chips. So if she's able to get a little bit of a chip lead here, if she could really start leaning, these stacks are set up perfectly for her to just go on a run with Jackson, Andrew both being in that 1.5, 1 million area.
Does take over the chip lead, now 5.1, just edging out Kyle.
Jackson gonna go for a steal here with the 8-5 off from the small blind, and Jung Hee with a good enough hand here.
Suited king, pretty automatic, big blind defend. And there's top pair.
Yeah, Jackson flopping a gut shot. See if he keeps the pressure on.
Good trip, man. Look at that. Yeah, I really came out to play cash, but then I saw $200 hunter is not half bad. And then bagged the first day we got here, and then found out you get $1,000 cash and double bags.
Yeah.
Wow, and immediately puts them all in.
Yeah,
And
that's what Jackson did not want to see. And
That was-
Jung Hee.
that was about as little time as you can waste to put somebody all in.
Yeah.
There by Jung Hee.
Maybe if Jackson would have seen it, he could have just said check while he's putting his chips out. It was so quick. But no angling gonna be going on down here. Thank goodness. Not something we usually have to worry about at TCH.
Yeah, if anything, if you pay close attention, sometimes you can catch your opponent reaching early and actually course correct. Of course, not an angle, but if you're about to bluff and you see them reaching for calling chips, sometimes you get a gift and can rethink it. Blind v blind battle, top pair for Adam.
Looks like Adam's going to take the aggressive route here and going to try to deny equities from some of those straight draw flush draws that Jung Hee might have from the small.
Does shut it down.
Yeah, nice
Yeah,
pickup.
I think raising or calling are probably fine there. But as you said, it chooses the aggressive route. I think if you just flat, you can end up often kind of never land on a lot of turn cards, not knowing where you are versus the chip leader, especially when you probably not trying to play a huge pot with just top pair, not much of a kicker, sitting on one of those middling stacks.
Yeah, Adam was raising for value there, but I guarantee he was very happy to see the fold and just take it down. More than enough chips for him in that pot.
Couple of threes for Andre. Raises to 180K from the hijack. And sevens for Jackson, and that's enough to go all in.
Yeah, I like the play here, especially because it's Andre opening and not someone who's been a little less active. We've seen Andre very happy to put chips in the middle so far this final table. So sevens, more than enough to go with. And if he does make the call here, Jackson's going to love where he's at. Probably thinking he's going to be flipping, but he's got Andre crushed to 2 outs and suit dominated as well.
Andre looking for a trade. Jackson trying to double up to 1.5 million and safe flop. 2 outs on the river does not come, and Jackson
Yeah, big
back
double.
in business.
Big double for Jackson. Not too much of a dent for Andre, but he's got his momentum going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with Andre. He should have one of the looser images at this point. Of course, if you do start to pick up some hands that can get you paid. At the same time, of course, don't want to bleed away too many chips establishing that image.
Yeah, we're at a crucial point in the tournament where every pot matters. Any image cultivated is going to be your image. You don't really have any extra chips to try to form an image at this point.
Yeah, and definitely not the time to let fatigue get a hold of you. Always advocate for have some kind of snack or something. The worst thing is tired and hungry at a final table. These players did start at about 2 this afternoon, so they've already been playing for around 8 hours. And depending if they turboed in this morning,
Yeah.
could even be longer for some of the players.
Some of them could be on one of those classic 12, 13-hour benders of the turbo straight into day 2.
Jung Hee raising it up with ace-4 off and gets a call from Andrew with 3-4 off in the big blind. 7-7-6. Nice flop for the ace high of Jung Hee. Yeah, I like the small C bet. This should work a high percentage of the time. Andrew thinking this could favor his ranges in the big blind. He's
Yeah,
going to have more 7s and 6s, and he is going to raise it up. He's does have range advantage.
We've seen Andrew do things similar to this in the past, where he takes those boards that are better for the big blind and reps them, and he picks his spots very particularly, and a really good one here.
And really didn't have to risk that much with the raise. I believe he made it 310.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And, you know, that's the difference. If he folds, he has 1.3. And if, as he did there, wins, he's got just under 2 million. Pretty big difference at the 80K big blind.
Yeah, at this point, the amount that he raises isn't really saying as much as the fact that he did raise. And it's going to get the job done for a much smaller price here. Really great job by Andrew, risking so little.
Andrew, of course, a well-known local tournament. I'll just call him Phenom. Why not?
He's on a hot streak lately. It feels like it's been 2 years now that Andrew's just been on a heater.
Three bet from Adam with the ace 10, 460, and Jung Hee seemingly has one of the looser images, and Adam and Andrew taking some advantage there. Ace 10-0, not exactly a premium, but felt like he was probably ahead of her range.
Yeah, we haven't seen much 3-betting either, so looks even a little bit more stronger to Young Hee. Gonna let go of the king jack. Adam did have the best hand, but if he saw a little more resistance, I don't think he would be going with it. And Young Hee gonna laugh a little. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Last time you did 150, now you do 200.
Raise again.
Well, good end.
Bumps up the open to 200K this time, which Adam did point out audibly. Kyle now has been quiet. Came to the final table with the most chips. King Queen off, and he'll let it go.
Oh. I'm gonna say I did not expect this from Kyle. I thought he was gonna be the most aggro by far, but it looks like he's playing very solid ICM poker.
Yeah, I also would be curious to get in his head and see if the slightly larger open size played into that at all. Oftentimes that means something,
Yeah.
and usually it means exactly what she had, a middling pair that kind of just wants to take down the blinds. In some cases, it means ace-king type hands where players don't necessarily want to play post-flop. Not suggesting she would do that with that particular hand, but it certainly does make some kind of alarm bells go off in your head when a player changes the open size.
Yeah. Something is different.
Kyle now getting in the action with 9-7 suited, my favorite non-premium.
Yeah. And Andrew picking up on Kyle's lack of aggression, gonna let the King 10-0 go in a spot that, had it been Young Hee over there opening, might have gone for a 3-bet. So.
Yeah, now Jackson has a pretty sweet squeeze spot if he chooses to take it. He's got 2 8s, but he's just going to call with the 8s.
Yeah, it is a tough hand to play out of position, but let's see if it pays off for him.
10-6 tray, 2 clubs.
Wow. He doesn't know it, but he does not want to see an 8 anymore. Or he is going to lose a lot of money. It looks like both players are going to check. Andre is going to take...
Yeah,
the
it takes the
betting lead.
initiative, has bottom pair, backdoor hearts.
Yeah, very interesting spot for Jackson here. Things are getting tricky quickly, and I think he does want to see an 8 now. I think Kyle folded there.
Kyle has laid it down, goes check, check quickly, and the river Andre gets there with the queen, and
Wow.
brutal for Jackson.
Yeah, what a bailout. It's going to be very tough here because I think Jackson was putting him on clubs or some type of straight draw on the flop. So, really rough card for him to get away from.
Yeah, and it very tempting to block bet here, but on 930K, it's just tough. You hate to check and just fold to a bet, and yeah, he's gonna go with the block sizing.
If he goes with this strategy, which I do like, I prefer it, but he has to lay it down when he gets raised if he's gonna go with this strategy, and that's gonna be a much cheaper route for him. So, here we go. He actually
Just a
saved
call.
himself a lot of money by playing it like this. I think he would have called a 500, 600, 700K bet from Andre. So really good by Jackson there, using the block bet to lose the minimum. And pretty surprising by Andre there with the just call. I'm curious as to what he was worried about, but really lucky for Jackson to not have to be put to a decision there. But either way, he is now going to be the short stack.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get his third double. We've already seen him double twice, and it seems like Unfortunate runouts once he does get his hands on a few chips. Andre now with the eights.
Yeah, he's had the most playable hands by far, whether it be, to his detriment or to help him, but really can't fault him. He's just getting a lot of playable hands and not going his way.
3-betting chips being grabbed by Jung Hee with a mystery hand at this moment. We'll see what she has.
I'm going to guess ace queen offsuit. Well, we still got a mystery. Queen. That's slightly better.
The ladies for the lady, and Adam wakes up with ace-jack suited, and he's been a non-believer in Jung Hee thus far, and
Yeah, Adam is weaving.
does fold.
And when he needs to weave, and wagging when he needs to wag. So, really nice fold by Adam there, especially with it being six-handed. Oh, wow. Can't be results-oriented, but
Yeah, this
terrible
is
flop
an
for the
interesting
queen.
flop. Yeah, nightmare-ish flop for the queens. Does have a gut shot, obviously still well ahead.
Yeah, and she's going to bet the range advantage here.
Yeah.
And just pray that Andre isn't looking at his chips.
Yeah, I like the bet there from Jung Hee. Exactly as you said, John. Just basically bet your range advantage. Hope you don't get called. Obviously, if you raise, you can just very easily fold.
And Adam asked her if ace-jack was good, and she just says, ace-jack good. Telling him the truth there.
Hey, that's one for the truth side of the ledger.
I do think down here is slanted pretty heavily towards the truth for Texas poker. But I feel like if you went to Vegas or somewhere, you'd get a lot more lies.
I agree. Yeah, in Texas, I don't know. Maybe I'm gullible, but I would say it's like 70-30, 75-25 truth.
No, I think you're closer to right.
Probably also because I fall mostly into that category. If the truth helps me, I tell the truth, and if it doesn't, I just don't say.
Yeah, yeah. Young Hee gonna keep the pressure going. She's got a good one from the button. Just gonna raise and take it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Young Hee, or at least have not done a final table that she has made here at TCH Austin, but very impressed with her game. She seems very comfortable, like she's been in this spot possibly many times before, so definitely glad to see her in action for the first time.
Yeah, I agree. She seems very comfortable.
Andre raising it up with a couple of ducks, 2x. Andrew not going to defend the under the gun raise with Jack 5-0. Understandably.
Yeah, I can't blame him there. Jack 5-0 does not have many good properties.
Tough to come up with good properties for that one.
Yeah, blocking all the ace jacks.
We appreciate all of you joining us tonight. We are here, of course, at TCH Social in Austin, Texas. Kyle Frisbee with you tonight, along with John Good in the booth. This is the final table of the Summer Warmup. 100K guarantee, $200 buy-in, 127,000 and change in the prize pool. And we're playing for 22.5 up top. All these players have now locked up 4,700. Jung Hee making the raise with the king-queen off. Suited ace for Andre in the big blind.
I believe he said raise.
Like a 480.
He did. Gonna go with the aggressive route. And Young Hee, as you start to raise every hand, you gotta start expecting this. And yeah, I did think this is gonna be one that she's gonna be able to defend to a 3-bet and in position.
Action flop. Pair for both players. Top pair for Andre. Middle pair for Jung Hee.
Yeah, and Andre gonna slow down. Once called, you're not really loving your ace that much anymore when it's flopped. And Young Hee gonna jump on the passive play by Andre and take the betting lead.
Not a lot of hesitation with the call for Andre. And there's
Oh,
another king,
action
but picks
turn.
up nut hearts for Andre. And this is 2 big stacks, possibly about to go at it.
Yeah.
Big breath there by Jung Hee. He's trying to decide how to navigate this.
Yeah, big breath for a big bet. No, it looks like she's gonna go smaller. Well, I think we got a pretty easy just call with this sizing for Andre, but he's got to be thinking, am I dead? You know, is this one of those spots where you hit your flush and you're already dead to a boat? But way too much hand for him to fold just yet.
Biggest pot brewing of the night, 3.4 million to a river, which
Oh!
is the 5 of hearts, and Andre's gonna get there.
And it's going to go check, check.
Wow.
Great check by Young Hee. And Andre has got to be disappointed for leaving some value on the table. But 3.4 million. He will take it.
What a roller coaster of a hand. Different player led on every street post flop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was a real back and forth. And Young Hee just taps the table. Nice hand.
yeah, Young Hee still in nice shape. 4 million chips.
Especially on runners. I mean, I didn't think she'd see that.
It was not like there were 2 hearts on the flop.
Yeah.
Did not think
she'd
she
see
would
that back
see the
door coming.
flush.
She
Interesting.
put that 700
By
out there.
Andre.
I knew I needed the ace or a heart, though. Very, very well played.
Yeah, it was a nice check back by her on
Yeah,
the river.
and a snap check too. I think she knew very well where she was at that entire hand. So very impressive by Young Hee. You never want to be the loser of a hand, but you can still minimize chip losses and things by playing it like that.
Raise from Adam with queen 10 off. Gets called by Andrew with a couple of 4s. Over to Jackson in the big blind. Just another 80K to see a flop with 10-7 suited.
Yeah, I didn't realize how low Jackson had got.
Gonna go ahead and flick in the call, getting great odds.
Anytime you have an SPR of less than 1, you can always lean on the fact that you can stop and go. This isn't the flop to do it, but
Does flop a gut shot. Andrew actually still ahead on this ace-high board with a couple of 4s. But now the bet by Adam, he's going to have all the aces in his range.
yeah, it's going to
Andrew.
take this down a lot at a time. Jackson with the backdoor clubs weighing. Is this the time to go with it? You can't really call 160 and fold after that. So I think he was thinking about either shoving or letting it go. And he is going to go ahead and wait for a better spot.
Yeah, we're gonna race off these 5K chips. We're gonna race off the 5K chips to take a quick 5 minutos.
Guys, leave your mics if you don't want your conversation turned.
Looks like we're going to be going to a break, folks. We'll see if we can possibly speed through this a bit. But as you see, they're going to race off some of the lower denomination chips, the 5Ks. And John and I are going to take a break. We'll be back with you in a few minutes. I'm Kyle Frisbee. This is the 100K Summer Warmup. And we'll be back to the action here in just a few minutes.
I got you. No, stop.
We can't say that on the stream.
Please, you can say it.
They're gonna bleep it out.
Please.
Will they really?
I have no idea.
What you got?
2 1/4. What's wrong with the world now? 11004. Alright. Yay. Kings and five, six,
Why, you don't know the code now? Sometimes I know it. And sometimes one time I put it in wrong like 4 times and then it knocked me out.
We're gonna move Adam. We're gonna move the 8 to the 6. Taylor. 3.5.
No, he's in the 7 seat that already moved him.
Okay.
3
3.5.
coins, 5.25.
25.
4,075,000. 4,075,000.
You said if I refresh, I should be good.
Julie, give me 100 red.
Okay, I'll probably. My
5-minute break. 아, 마지막에 씨 그걸 죽었어. 아, 승질나서. 브레이크야, 브레이크. 6명. 6명.
이제는 토너멘트 때마다
어머. 야, 웬일이니?
Can you move Adam to the? Oh, I didn't move on both that one.
No, I'll move.
Don't move on both that one.
8 to 7?
4, 5.
8 to 7?
Yes. The 8 is going to the 7. Josh, sweep again. I got 5. Look at our phones right quick.
658불. 뭘 팔았잖아, 이거 봐.
롤을 뭘 팔아? 하나 팔아. 12불 50. 어떻게 롤 하나밖에 안 팔아?
포키도 들어오고, 포키도 팔고.
못 파는 거.
So you have all of the things you need. So remove the player. You have the chips back to the figure out.
Back with you guys here in the booth in Austin. Players beginning to return to the table for this summer warm-up final table. 127,000 in the prize pool, 22,500 up top. Remaining 6 players have locked up 45.40, and the next page up just under $1,000 to 56.70.
3 counts. Andrew, I think is his name. Adam. It's even better.
The man on deck, everybody waiting for a double or to exit stage left. Jackson sitting on just 5 bigs, but he's done it before, has doubled twice already. Ran into a tough spot against Andre. Andre rivering 2 pair versus his pair of 8s. That put him back into short stack jail. Hop in the chat. I'm Kyle Frisbee, joined by John Good. Say hello. Let us know who you're rooting for. I see a couple of folks in chat. Lawton rooting for KJ. Jerky King rooting for Tranimal. Thanks for giving us a shout out, Jerky King. John and I appreciate it. And Rob Zilla saying hi from the TCH Spring family. Good to see you guys. And Joey rooting for Adam. Adam, you see there in seat 7. With the cool hair, of course. Josh Atkins, our tournament director, giving update on the levels. We do have an adjustment. The screen is going to say 40, 80K, but we're actually going to be at a 75K big blind. So you'll see there in front of Young Hee 3 red chips for her big blind and big blind ante. Really nice structure for the buy-in size. Won't see it every day, but this was a multi-flight event with 30-minute levels becoming 40-minute levels on day 2. Plenty of maneuverability. Chip leader Andre in seat 2. He's got 5.3 million. Rivered that critical nut flush versus Young Hee. Few hands before the break to win a big pot. Kyle, a bit card dead, but came into the final table with the big stack and still up there, 1 pot away from regaining the chip lead.
Yeah, Andre also rivered the 2 pair against Jackson. So the river has been very nice to Mr. Andre so far.
17 makes it 1.
And all in from Jackson. Hopefully we can get hole cards loaded here momentarily. Apologize for the delay.
Ooh.
Adam with jacks.
Adam will be calling. At least.
Makes the call with the jiggities, and see what Jackson has here momentarily. Couple of 4s. Yeah, he's going to be in a tough spot here, looking for a 4.
No, not the place you want to be, but looks like nobody has any 4s dead.
Ace, ace, 8.
And a suit dominated as well. So spades are irrelevant. Just a 4 for Jackson.
Does not come, and Jackson unable to double up for the 3rd time, but will exit with $4,500 extra in his pocket. Not a bad return on a $200 buy-in.
Yeah.
Very well played, sir.
Yeah, a really nice run by Jackson. He didn't really make any mistakes that I can think of. He just got a little unlucky with the deck, but he navigated the short stack very well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what a difference a river card makes. If Andre is not able to river that queen,
Yeah.
he's very much in it. But
That's
poker.
Down to five-handed. Kyle picking up a premium for five-handed. King Jack suited under the gun. Gonna raise it up. Andre coming along with Jack 10-0. Young Heat, Andrew gonna get out of the way. KJ with his namesake. Let's see how it treats him.
50, 75, 75 with the blinds. 6 checks, 9 checks.
Mystery community cards. Hopefully we'll get caught up here in a moment, but looks like there was a bet from off screen here, and we got a fold from Adam and Kyle. So pot being awarded to Andre, I believe. Indeed, Andre with the 10-jack offsuit takes it down.
Own the hand. I made it 150. I made it 150. But you made the call. Should I call Josh? Julia. Sergio. You have Josh pause the clock.
Looks like we're going to pause the clock. We, I believe, have technical issue we're going to need to resolve here. Apologies, folks. These things do happen. See Jones Liddy saying "my man" in chat after Adam eliminated Jackson with his pocket jacks. My only question would be, is that "my man" the way Denzel Washington says it? 'Cause that's the cool way, right?
The way Denzel says it is going to be the coolest way you can say things most
Pretty
of the
much,
time.
yeah. As a general rule. Let's take a moment to look back at the payouts.
I think the graphics are off.
Looks like we're going to be fixing graphics in the meantime, but with the elimination of Jackson, all the players remaining have locked up 56.70. Next pay jump getting more real, up to 73.90. So getting steeper from here, and as we've said a few times, 22,500 up top. What are some things you do deep in a tournament, John, to try not to succumb to mental or physical fatigue?
I like to get up and do a few squats.
Get the blood moving?
Yeah, most of the time I'm going to be able to find someone to talk to, so I'll usually just walk over to them and go have a short little talk. Just kind of find a way to move. I move around a lot just on my own, but anytime they give me an extra chance to move, I take advantage. What about you?
Well, I want to be clear about this. I find a hiding spot where I can't really be seen, but if especially this is if it's cold in the room, I'll go do a few push-ups. You know, just kind of gets the upper body
Where no one can
blood
see you.
moving. Yeah, I don't want to be. I'm not going to be the guy in the middle of the room doing push-ups, but
You should just play with Jeremy Moore. They always play the Spartan game where the loser
oh yeah,
has to do push-ups.
Back to the action. Andre gonna raise it up.
Quick fix. Good job.
Looks like he's gonna go 250K with the K9 Wolf. And there's the aces for Kyle.
Yeah, weapons of mass destruction.
He goes from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. Had nothing all night, and now he's 3-betting to 800,000 with the aces.
Yeah, the fact that he's card dead is gonna lead to him not getting any action with him, but
I'm not gonna take it anymore.
he'll take it. He'll take the little 250 and the blinds and annies, but that's one hand where you don't mind seeing some resistance.
See Mixin Poker in chat rooting for Andrew Tran, saying, can he win this tourney one time? Good luck out in Vegas, Mixin. Seen a few of your stories. Hopefully running well.
You got a bag mixing? What tournaments right now? Something like the 1500 Monster Stack, I believe. I think Sasha's still in.
1 and 9, please, or scan. 7 makes it a buck. 2 folded, 4 folded, 7 makes it 9 should make it 500.
Adam gonna go 2x with the Jack 10 off. Actually, a little more than 2x. We are at the 75K big blind. And 3-bet from Kyle with Jack Trey offsuit.
Yeah, I think Kyle kind of recognizing when he 3-bet with the aces the fact that he's not playing any hands. So he's noticing that they're noticing that he's noticing that they're noticing that it's time to open up a bit. And Kyle adjusts, 3-bets, and takes it down.
And Kyle regaining the chip lead. Came into the final table with it. Has been card dead. He's now won a couple of pots.
Yeah, nice play by Kyle, but I think we're about to see him switch gears. And he's gonna raise again.
Yeah, I think he's put it in sport mode at this point. King 7 off from the button. Andrew out of there with the 9-10. Andre's going to defend with Jack 6 off.
Yeah, wide defense by Andre here. Might be noticing that Kyle has switched gears. Jack 6.
Gonna flop middle pair, and pretty decent result for Andre, although Kyle is gonna c-bet and could be opening wide from the button, of course, but technically has more aces than Andre does.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to worry a little bit about the ace, but I don't think he's going to be buying it. But I'm not sure raise is the path that I would take to get there. But Andre correctly realizing that Kyle is switched gears. But let's see what Kyle... No, I thought he was going to play back for a second there, but looks like he's going to think better of it and go for a better spot.
Yeah, I kind of saw where you're going there, John. I mean, you're sort of turning middle pair into a bluff, but either way, pretty happy to take down 500,000 additional chips or so. Of course, usually in poker, if you take the aggressive route, that's going to reap benefits. Andrew now really the lone short stack, sitting on 1.275, and Young He has gone from first to second to last. However, that would be a little misleading. Still right in it for one decent pot away from chip lead.
Yeah, the top four are pretty bunched up there, and then Andrew all alone at the bottom. But Andrew with still plenty of chips. No need to go in the panic mode.
Yeah, and he's certainly the type of player that has studied how to play these specific stack size and ICM spots.
He's definitely a very patient player. Not gonna let the fact that he's a short stack affect his play at all.
Betting a call to the 5 of spades on the turn. It's going to give Young He a pair, and we'll bet again and take it.
Yeah,
nice
Young
pickup.
He wouldn't believe in what Andre was selling on the flop there. Gonna get her third pair on the turn. Just take that one down.
Nine makes it 150. One folds. Two folds.
Okay.
Kyle, going to keep the foot on the gas, raising up the 9-10 suited. Gets a call from Adam with Queen 10 suited. King 6 deuce, couple of diamonds, pretty decent flop for Kyle's 9-10 of diamonds. Adam gonna throw out a min bet and get a quick call from Kyle. To a turn we go, which is the 8 of hearts, bringing in a few more outs for Kyle, but Adam gonna keep the pressure up. Still ahead with Queen High.
What an interesting hand we have going here.
Another call from Kyle and a stare back in Adam's direction.
I mean, with the picked up gut shot there, I really would have preferred a raise on the turn. But let's see. It's easy to say when you see your opponent's got Queen High, but
Yeah, third barrel comes in, and I don't know what Kyle can really do. He lays it down, and
yeah, so much equity just torched there as he bricks twice. And Adam gonna pick up a very nice pot with Queen High.
yeah, and like you said earlier, Adam really zigging and zagging at the right times thus far at this final table.
Yeah.
Up to just under 4.5 million.
Yeah, he's picked his spots really well, and deciding to go with it with that ace queen there when John R had that extremely short stack is paying dividends for Adam here now.
Makes it 150.
Andre, couple of ducks. He'll make the raise. Looks like that'll take down the blinds and ante. $200,000 of dead money in every hand.
Game on?
Yeah. Do me a favor. Can
The
you,
Texas game on?
Can you hit Josh's walkthrough so we can get a game on? The Texas game you said, brother?
Andre
Texas
getting a little
Oregon
bored,
baseball
asking
game's
them to throw the game on so we can
Baseball.
Texas.
get through this final table.
Some way over there.
Yeah, we were talking about how relaxed young he looks, and I got to say, Andre seemed.
Oh, sorry, y'all wait on
Actually, all these players looking pretty comfortable out there.
Yeah, I think they might have taken a group edible a couple breaks ago. They don't really look like they're playing for 20K plus, do they?
Yeah, a little over a $15,000 difference between the current payout and first place money, so
Nine makes it 2 and 4. What is stay on the clock?
certainly not the time to lose your focus.
No, I mean, it is very exciting and it's fantastic to be here. But once you get to this point, this is when you're playing for all the money. This is where all the differences are in the pay jumps, is these last few spots in tournament poker. It just has all the money up top.
PKO tournament is where there's
So this is when you need your A game.
right across from the 2C. You can literally go to this table.
Which is interesting because that's when there's the least amount of playability.
Yeah, it's actually, it's for the 2C, it's right in the perfect line. So, like, you can literally do it like the one table.
Yes, these players probably going to avoid getting in gigantic clashes at this point with each other until Andrew makes a move. But we've also seen in cases like we did earlier with a very short stack a huge all-in. So all depends on how these players approach ICM implications. And raise here from Adam with the ace-10 suited is going to get 3-bet by Kyle on the button with the queen-10 suited.
Yeah, two very playable hands here. Adam has not been giving Kyle the respect in any of his 3-bets so far.
Yeah. Tied it up.
Oh, it looks like he might be going for a 4-bet. Well, puts the 4-betting chips back down. Yeah, might have given away his hand strength a little bit there.
Yeah, I totally agree, John. I think once you've shown a thought process in one direction and then back off of it, you know, and then probably crosses his mind, well, I could just call. I think then I just land it, you know what, I'm going to live to fight another day. I've only got 160 invested in this spot. It's just ace-10 suited.
Especially looking over at Andrew's stack. And that probably played into both of the way these guys played it. But with Andrew having right at $1 million.
Nice upgrade for Adam. He's got ace-queen this time.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking 3-bet me this time.
Yeah. Try it again.
And Young He just gonna flick in the extra big blind with the 6 deuce O. Why not?
King 8 deuce, couple of hearts, and 3's still gonna be good.
Yeah, King high board usually gonna be good for the aggressor. Adam gonna put in a C-bet, see where we're at, and probably just take it. Oh, hold on there.
Young He not ready to fold a pair.
Yeah, not so fast.
You see this a ton in the high rollers. Players just don't fold pairs.
Yeah, they
hardly ever.
Never fold one pair to a C-bet. And
queen hits for Adam and check, and now Adam with kind of an under-repped queen here.
Yeah, as played, gonna get a quick call. And nicely played by Adam, checking back the turn with the flush draw out there. Gonna make Young He think she had the best hand.
Adam now up to 5.2 million. Oh, folks in chat saying Kyle chewing gum, and for a second I was like, I don't think they're talking about me. Hopefully, I'm not smacking in the mic, but looks like Kyle at the table is
Yeah.
enjoying a nice piece of big league chew, maybe.
Yeah, he's going to town on that gum. He's not been holding back.
Jack 6, ace high, still good here for Andrew.
Gonna go for a very small sizing. Hope to just take it down. Deny a little equity from Adam. And Adam is not going to be giving Andrew the cheap pot.
Wow, and spikes the 10 on the turn.
Yeah. And that's why we float, especially with the Jack. There's a lot of really good turn cards for him. Ace, King, Queen, 10, 9, all giving him some hope on the turn.
Now Rivers, Kings and Jacks.
Yeah, it doesn't change too much unless Andrew has specifically Queens, which we don't think he has at this point, probably.
$350 from Adam, and Andrew considering an ace high hero call, I presume, but I think these cards are going to find the muck.
Yeah, he's trying to think of a hand that he beats, and there's just not many of them available. 8, 9 with one club. Really.
Yeah, and he's completely crippled if he calls and is wrong.
Yeah. Ada gonna pick up another one. Andrew gonna let it go correctly and live to fight another day. But he is gonna have to make a move soon here. He's got big blind next hand. So after that, he'll be about 8 bigs.
Race.
Makes it 225.
Saw V-Pips a bit ago. Andrew was at the bottom and pretty representative of his card distribution. Just can't recall mentioning his name along with a premium holding. He did have the 10s, but after 3-bet, 4-bet jam all in, he let it go, understandably.
Yeah. If he knew how he was going to run after that, probably would have gone with the 10s.
yeah. If only you could know.
Yeah.
This is going to be the best spot you'll have for the next hour and a half.
5 of my twice. Come on, youngster.
But as played, I'm shocked if I'm flipping with 10s there, which ended up being the case. But it just so often you're crushed by a bigger pair.
Yeah.
Possibly even 2 different bigger pairs.
Yeah, that was definitely an easy fold for 10s in the moment.
She makes it 150.
Now Andre gonna keep pedal to the metal.
Adam with ace 10 again, and
It looks like he 3-bet, yeah?
yeah, he's been 3-betting Andre on the slightly wider side. Of course, ace 10, 5-handed, not a bad holding.
Yeah, and Andre just not willing to let it go. Just
Check.
wanting to battle with anything and everything.
Queen, King, 6, and gut shot for Adam. Check very quickly.
Yeah, I really prefer a C-bet on this kind of board texture from Adam. Even with like the ace of diamonds with it, just gives you all of the backdoor heaven. But he's gonna call correctly with the ace high. When it comes to running 4s,
Yeah, and technically, if Adam thought he was ahead on the turn, he's still ahead here. Neither
Yeah.
flush draw completes, and Andre.
Oh, I don't like this sizing.
Oh no.
I think we could get this done with a bit of a bigger bet here. I think curiosity is going to get the best of Adam. There was just too many draws available on the turn with the flush draw and the straight draw. I know you're blocking both, but Andre has just shown such a propensity to play so many hands. I think his specific range is going to be wider than a lot of players here. But
God, gets it done.
he's gonna get
Adam's
it
going to let it
through
go.
with that extremely small sizing.
Made me nervous. She hadn't raised in a while.
I don't know why we're calling turn there and folding river to that sizing, but
Yeah,
once
I mean,
again, easy to say for me here in the booth.
yeah, we can see the cards when you're out there and the bullets are flying. I agree with you. Larger sizing does make a ton of sense, but if you're Adam, you're thinking, well, this just looks like a bet that's dying for a
Yeah,
call.
it really
So
did.
you can kind of use a little reverse psychology with your bet sizing.
Yeah, I think he definitely leveled himself there.
I
so
thought you said the
great play
turn
by
was
Andre
good.
to get it done.
Like it was 4-4, wasn't it, on the river?
Kind of been a theme with Andre. If he senses weakness, he pretty much pounces around 100% of the time if he gets checked to.
Yeah, and Andre just taking another chance to lie about his hand.
2x raised by Kyle to 160 with pocket threes. Gets a call from Andre, and he'll miss the flop. Ace, jack, jack. Pocket threes still good here.
I'll put one big blind out there for Kyle and take it down. It's Andre.
Nice
Not-
pickup for Kyle.
Not willing to continue with the queen high.
Got the lucky gum working, playing well.
Yeah. Got looks like a Zen and some gum.
Whatever it takes, John,
He's prepared from every angle.
Race. She makes it 150.
Raised to 160 with the ace-6. Gets a easy big blind defend from the queen jack of Young Hee. And top pair for her.
Yeah, quick check from Andre. But as we have seen, he is not a believer.
Checks dark. And now picks up a few more outs.
Checking dark, the worst possible play in poker.
Actually does not pick up more outs, just switches outs.
Yeah, looking for a jack, and a jack alone for Andre. He's got the ace of spades, so it looks like he's thinking of setting up something fun with a check raise on the turn here. Young Hee, not a believer.
Nine on the river is going to make a straight for Young Hee, and
This is really not going to be a believer now.
yeah, Andre
Yeah.
going to fire again.
I
And
was wondering if Andre was going to rep this, because with the check raise on the turn, he's going to have a lot of jacks. He's going to have a lot of jacks and a lot of spade combos. So if Young Hee didn't have the jack here, this would be a tough call. But with the jack, she's going to think about raising for a second, decide there's not too much value in that, and just call and pick up a huge pot. That pot just
Gave her
kept
way too
going
much
up and
credit
up,
on that
didn't
one.
it? 2.6 million heading over to Young Hee.
Anyway, I raised, so you're not gonna call.
And You got to give it to Andre. Great card to bluff there, but it's tough
Yeah.
to rep it when your opponent's got it.
Young eight and chips.
Yeah, always a tough spot in No Limit Hold'em when you're repping what your opponent has.
And it's
We've
so
all
hard.
done it.
Yeah, and it's just so hard to have it and hold them. It's like you've got 2 cards. How can you possibly have it? Oh,
Premium for Young He, Ace King suited in the small blind.
She's gonna just flat Andre's raise from the big blind. I like this play a lot. She's gonna keep a lot of hands that she has dominated in.
Big flop.
Hey.
6, 4, 5. 2 clubs for Young He. Flicks in a sprinkle of 200K, and Andre has bet, and now Young He has made the nuts and is going to keep playing slow. Check, check.
Yeah, gonna check it over. Love that play here. We got to give him some more rope. I think the check is the only way we can get paid here. I like the small sizing to maybe give him a chance for a raise there, but not gonna happen as Andre is more than done with the hand with Jack 9. No interaction with this board, and Young He gonna take down another one. And I think she is now the chip leader. Did I see that right?
Yeah, I think very close at the top, and kind of goes without saying, but definitely got more value playing the under-repped ace-king in that manner. Of course, can backfire in some spots, but you got to occasionally switch up your approach with certain hands.
Yeah, I agree. You got to give your opponent a chance to bluff sometimes, and you got to not always 3-bet those strong hands. And very well played by Young He, navigating this final table extremely well so far.
Raised to 175 with 6-4 suited by Andre from the cutoff. Gets a call from Young He, and they'll go at it again, and that's a flop straight for Young He. Goes from nut clubs to flop straight, back-to-back hands. Unfortunately for her, Andre with total air. She's going to go 2/3 pot and get a quick fold.
Yeah, Andre just with backdoor spades, not willing to put any more chips into this pot.
Yeah, I mean, we can see the cards, and you could argue, well, you flop the nuts heads up against a player with a wide-ish range, but he should have a lot of hands that interact with that board, so you can't really blame her for going ahead and trying to build a pot. But unfortunately, just 6 high there for Andre. Young He now up to 5.3 million. Michael Riccardi in the box, dishing out the cards. Kyle Frisbee with you tonight, along with John Good in the booth here in Austin, Texas. Summer Warmup, 100K, 127,000 in the prize pool, 22.5 up top. All these players have locked up 56.70. And looks like we're going to have a mystery hand from Young He. Makes it 250K. Andrew has called from the big blind for about half his stack with ace-5, and king-queen-8 is the flop.
Yeah, here's your mystery hand. Would you call with ace high, facing a bet from the chip leader? Andrew decides no. You will find out her mystery hand next week on TCH.
Yeah, and I got to call it out for Andrew. Just a brutal run of hole cards for that man. He just had really nothing to work with, and
yeah,
unfortunately finds himself with crumbs, but really not of his own doing. Sometimes that's just variance.
Yeah, that's just the way it is in tournaments sometimes. You just run out of gas. Kyle gonna raise the button here with the queen nine. I gotta think Andrew was gonna go with anything if it was folded to him. Luckily for
Six
him.
deuce off, of course.
Oof. He's gonna get a whole orbit here. Is the good news. The bad news for Andrew is a whole orbit is not very long anymore.
Top pair for Andre. He will bet it and take down the pot.
Yeah, just gonna lead out there. Kind of playing face up. Not choosing to check to the pre-flop aggressor of Kyle. And Kyle just gonna fold and stand up.
Well, if you're in chat rooting for Andrew, throw in a one time or something that he can pick up a hand this orbit. It's down to now or never time.
Yeah, he needs it, and he needs it soon. Or we are going to be four-handed. And looks like King 5 off is enough. And pretty much anything is going to be enough for Young Hee. And she has ace high. That's unfortunate for Andrew, but still 42%. Mixon sending the fire for AT. Let's see if it works.
Relatively fair fight. Jack, deuce, 9, and ace high. Well, actually now a pair of deuces, but inconsequential.
Yeah.
Andrew going to need a king. And there it is. King on the turn for Andrew.
King.
Just has to fade an ace or a deuce, and he'll have 610K and manages to do so.
Mixon just in time for his buddy, sending the heat, and it does come through on the turn as Andrew has got a chip in a chair, and he is still fighting.
It's always that sense of relief and then the quick realization that got to find another spot again very soon.
Yeah, he's
But
still in the bottom by quite a bit, but a better place to be than out. So Andrew happy with the double there, but gonna be looking for another one.
Mixon taking credit for conjuring that one up.
Baby.
And he can find another one. Here's the Cowboys for Andrew. He's all in again.
Yeah, it seems like in poker, when the heat comes, it all comes at once. So
See if he can get any
at least
action.
5% Mixon, at least 5.
King Jack.
Wow.
Dream
Yeah.
hand to make the call if he can get it here.
Yeah, he's obviously hoping for a call, but
She lets it go.
Young Hee.
And just 4 high. And
Wow, that was just 7 bigs. Excuse me, great fold from Young Hee there. And Andrew is not a player you want to chip up. So that could end up paying dividends for Young Hee. But Andrew gonna take the 200K and be happy, but he was looking for more for on that one.
Jam King 5 on the button.
No, don't worry, because like I don't know why she came up with a minute and 26 on the level when I can go for
Mixon in chat saying, am I the best or not after sending heat and Andrew turning that king? I'll give you credit, Mixon, if I make one of these final tables. Send me some heat. I'll take it.
175. 4.7 fold.
오늘 일 가? 오늘 일 가?
Works 100% of the time today.
And it looks like Andre is going to keep on keeping on with the 8-5 suited in early position. Kyle not going to give it up so easy, defending pretty wide here with the 6-3 off, and that's going to be a favorable flop for the 6-3.
Middle pair for Andre, and he's going to go ahead and bet. 225 is the wager.
Quick call from Kyle. He could have called, could have raised.
$375 from Andre.
Uncomfortable spot with Kyle here with the open-ended.
Yeah, it was in a somewhat similar spot versus Adam
갖고 있어.
previously and elected
뽀찌로 가져. 뽀찌로
just
가져.
to call and try to realize his
가지라고.
equity.
가지라고. 내가 어제 브라이언 줬어.
Okay, we are
And-
gonna go with the aggressive route here. Kind of interesting that he decides to do it here with the open-ended and not when he had the open-ended or the gut shot and the flush draw earlier. But it is a different opponent, a different situation.
Wow, Andre, a non-believer, pretty quickly flicks out the call.
Yeah, Kyle went with a smaller sizing, but late in a tournament, all of these chips are so valuable.
Top pair on the flop, pairs on the river, and wow, and quick barrel from Kyle, and this is going to be tough for Andre. Of course, if he didn't believe he had a queen before, river queen doesn't change anything.
Yeah, and he chooses to go with one of those smaller sizings. I wish he would just size up a little bit, but let's see if this is going to get the job done. Andre, this entire final table has been a non-believer, so interesting for Kyle to go for a bluff on him specifically, but Reese praying for Andre to let it go for his boy.
Yeah, and I think Kyle, if you look at this hand, he's pretty much targeting exactly what Andre has, because if he has flush draws, those are going to have already found the muck easily, just about any bet size. Obviously, never getting him to fold a queen, so really you're trying to get him to let go of pairs of 4s, 5s, maybe 10s.
Yeah, like 6s, 8s, 9s.
Yeah,
I
and
don't,
as
I don't
well
think
as the
he'd try to
middling
get a 10
pairs.
to fold.
Yeah,
I
10's calling.
I think you're right. I think he's diagnosed this hand pretty perfectly, and this bet.
Wow, and
Yeah,
call of the night by Andre.
Amazing call by Andre. I just wish Kyle would have gone a bit bigger. Easy for me to say, but I think when you're going for these triple barrel bluffs, you gotta really empty the clip. I gotta think an all-in would have got the job done there. But you live and you learn. Great call by Andrew. Really great bet by Kyle. And a better call by Andrew.
Yeah,
Andre, rather.
Certainly I can't get into Kyle's head, but I know in spots like that, sometimes it's tempting to go a little smaller when you're trying to leave yourself a certain number of chips that you're more comfortable with. So if he sizes up another $500,000 in chips, goes 1.4, he leaves himself 1.5 left. The 900K left him just about 2 million.
Yeah.
So sometimes, and again, not trying to get in his head, not saying this is what he did, but I know people can be prone to sort of having the right idea but not betting enough and sort of shooting themselves in the foot by trying to leave a certain number of chips behind.
Yeah, I see the homies of Kyle a little upset there. Sorry guys, I know your boy went for it. He almost made the perfect play there, but not quite. And trying to choose to bluff the station is an interesting choice, but doesn't pay off this time for Kyle.
Now Andre with the monster stack, just under 7 million, the somewhat separating himself chip leader.
Gotta be careful on that one, bro.
Yeah, Andre with the
get a
King
couple
4-0
waters,
and all the chips. Gonna raise it up under the gun. And the only player with a playable hand has no chips to play with.
It's a great bet. I don't know how they make that.
Yeah, I was curious. I think I think I like the way Andrew's gonna play this hand. He's gonna see if he's got enough to flop with and go with it.
Yeah, club in the window. I was.
Jack
There's
of
one
clubs,
behind it.
too.
It's definitely going in, but yeah, it was a great window card, but just no improvement
Yeah.
beyond that for Andrew. And Andre will bet and take
Just
it.
so we're on the same page, don't harm, no foul, but that's your job to call that, right?
What?
You got to be in your seat for the last card.
Sorry?
I'm speaking to you. Yeah, I'm just saying it's
Within arm's reach.
okay.
Had he not been within arm's reach, I would have.
Okay.
Looks like a little bit of a discussion about being in your seat to get your hand. Of course, there's tighter rules in tournaments for presence at the table to have a live hand. You have to be with arm's reach, as you heard Julia say there. Cash game tables generally a little bit more lax, I guess you could say, with that.
Yeah, a lot more flexibility in cash to kind of let the players do what they do. But when it comes to tournaments, you gotta go by the book. And Andre just making sure everything was on the up and up.
Raise my blind.
Come on, Andre, you're scaring us.
You know I'm not fond of that.
Blind's now 100K, big blind, and a raise from Adam. He's going to get called in 2 spots. Deuce tray 4, pair of deuces for Adam.
And open-ended for Andre, gonna get a quick call.
10 of spades on the turn. Now Andre going to lead into Adam. 350.
Adam, not a believer just yet. Thinking, well, what did the 10 change?
8 on the river and pair of ducks. Going to be good for Adam if he can absorb another barrel from Andre, which
You know that's in my wheelhouse, right?
Yeah.
he has given up on. And
Wow.
And a 5-6 diamond.
or excuse me, he starts to bet, and I guess a fold preemptively from Adam, so Andre does take it down.
Yeah, just a snap fold by Adam, and Andre doesn't even have to empty the clip to get that one done. Everything is going Andre's way.
Yeah, pretty relentless aggression from him, and non-believing in critical spots. Kyle going to make the raise. Queen 10 off from the cutoff. Gets a big blind defend
That's
with
the
King
difference
Deuce
between me
from
and you, 5-6 of
Young
diamonds, how to
He
raise the pot. Thus long not seen the flop.
And open, excuse me, top
I
pair
love the little sips.
for Kyle. Young Key,
On Texas.
just king high still. Check, check. And a bet presumably from Kyle. Young Key will let it go, and Kyle will take that one down. Pretty crucial pickup for his stack size. Back over 2.1 million.
Yeah, Kyle was on a bit of a pitfall there. Needed to win one. And, kind of stop the bleeding a little bit.
Ace 10 off now for Kyle. 2x it is over to Andrew, who will let the Jack 9 go in the muck. Andre calls with King 9 suited, and Adam will complete from the big blind with a suited queen. 3 ways. 9-7 deuce and top pair for Andre, and
The man that can't miss.
yeah, Rich getting richer here. He's going to bet over pot. No, excuse me, had the pot wrong there, but either way, good enough to take it down.
Yeah, still a big bet with the
Okay.
coordinated board. Gonna take it down.
Barely.
And almost 9 million now for Andre.
Later. Thank you.
Yeah, nearly half the chips in play. There's 19.5 million, so Andre pulling away with a considerable chip lead. King Jack now. Raised to 350 by Andre. Graphic says 250. I think I saw another blue in there.
Yeah, I think so as well. I remember thinking that was a bigger sizing.
And big flop for Adam. Bottom set versus middle pair of Andre, who certainly has not been apt to fold pairs as we've gotten shorthanded.
Yeah, Adam gonna go for another check here. A risky business. Let's see if he's gonna raise now. Yeah, he's gonna decide to start getting some money into the spot.
It's going to come over the top of Andre's bet for 725 and pretty quick fold from Andre.
Yeah, with the 2 spades out there, you gotta raise at some point, probably. But Adam, had he known he had nothing to worry about, would have smooth called. But I like the raise there.
Something said to check that to the river and see if I could catch up.
You were behind.
Oh, I know I was behind. I had a jack. Had options.
A little more truth for the truth column.
Yeah.
You were behind, sir. I had a set. Andre now with ace 5-0. Young He, Jack 10's offsuit. Going to make a call from the cutoff. Andrew on fumes looks down at the worst hand in Hold'em.
Poor Andrew.
Absolutely brutal. Queen 5-8. Gut shot for Young He. And a pair for Andre.
Andre gonna choose to go very big, almost half pot. Young He gonna come along with the gut shot.
See on Andrew's face there, maybe wondering if the deuce from his 7 deuce would have been good on the turn. As it stands, just a few more hands left for Mr. Tran, unless we can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah, no one for him to really hope they bust before he goes. So
Over here trying to catch myself, make sure I'm not singing under my breath.
Ace King
really
for
can't
Young
sing
He.
on anybody but figure that out on YouTube.
Singing on the live stream?
Live streaming.
I mean, she's gonna choose to go big as well, opening to 300K under the gun here, and not gonna get any action. As the only man who might play has Queen 4.
See if we can get a big
And
blind
he
special
will.
going.
That's his fold
Check
button
line.
is broken.
And pair for both players. Top for Young He. Middle pair for Andre. And
Runner.
C-bet comes in from Young He. And Andre flicks out a call and says, runner.
Yeah, that's the problem with playing these mediocre hands in the big blind. Once you get a piece, then you're thinking, well, I've got a piece. I can catch up if I'm not already ahead. And just like that, you look down and you lost 700K on the hand.
300K from Young He gets a call to a river, looking for a queen only. Does not come, and Young He
Young
goes
He,
check.
a little worried about clubs on the river there. Not going to get more value, but not sure that Andre would have called anyway. But big pot.
I was through it when that deuce hit.
Good try, good try.
Gonna get Young He up over 5 million now.
I don't care.
And
I
with
clearly
position
don't care.
on Andre, a really good spot for Young He. Looking like she might be poised for a heads-up battle with Andre here. But a lot of poker to go before we get there.
Mixing in chat saying, gonna send him my doubles again. Of course, talking about Andrew. He's gonna need another one, Mixing.
Yeah, he's got about one big blind here. And it's in the middle.
10-6 suited and ace-3 for Andre makes the call. Young He with the same hand.
Brutal spot.
Absolutely gross for Andrew.
He's going to need Young He to bluff the unbluffable. Oh, never mind. They might chop this one up.
Well, how about we just flop a
Second
straight?
nuts.
Yeah, suck it nuts, Andrew said, as he's going to look.
And he's going to be
How about like a
astounded to
7-6?
see that he's chopping this. Backdoor spades is a free roll.
Yeah. How
No
can
spade on the turn.
he finally gets a good spot, flops the second nuts, and he still is not going to get a full double. What a day for Andrew.
He flops a straight and only gains 80% of a big blind.
Yeah.
That's
rough.
That tells the whole story there. Mixin rooting hard for spades. It does not come, but it does give Andrew a chance for another hand where his opponents maybe cooler each other and he can level up.
Great.
Never know.
Yeah.
56.70 secured. Next payout is 73.90.
Still life for the
And when I think I'm
chip
gonna
in the
win,
chair, man.
I chop.
See? All we have to do is ask. Even no ICM, nothing.
Couple of sixes for Andrew. Going to be thrilled to go ahead and put it in. Andre immediately reaching for calling chips. Makes the call with 8-7. And King Queen suited for Young He. Makes the call and
It looks like the table is on board this time. We are going to get this man out.
6 in the window, and Andrew spikes it.
It's looking like he might have some hope here.
87% to level up from 200K straight to 900K.
Yeah, the 6 in the window. A horrible card for Andrew, but no one's got a diamond, and it's going to be just a 10 that Young He is going to be able to knock him out with. But if it's a 10 of diamonds, Andrew is still fine.
Wow.
Okay,
And she's going to see that he's got a set.
You just won't go away, will you? I said,
Don't call it a comeback.
oh.
And the 10 comes.
My
Goodness.
Andrew. If that doesn't sum up his whole day, I
That
don't know what does.
was poetic in the grossest way. And
Yeah,
Andrew
that was like an Edgar Allan Poe dirty poem.
finally was going to have some chips and devastating river card. Young He up to 6.5 million. And Andrew,
87%.
well, what we can say is he did all he could with bad card distribution at this final table, but did manage to walk away with $5,670.
Yeah, I mean, he played the short stack fantastic. There was just truly nothing he could have done today to get anywhere higher than 5th. Great game, Andrew.
Yeah, sometimes the run bad finds creative ways. Like, for example, he picks up the kings after the double. Nobody can give him any action. Just even things that aren't as noticeable as a river 10 there that sends you home.
Yeah, a red 10 as well, and it 50-50 if it's a red 10, and it's the wrong one. Yeah, I think so too. I think Mixon mushed him, and Mixon owes our boy Andrew some money there to make it up to him. But I'm sure he'll do the right thing. Don't worry, guys.
Well, with Andrew's departure, we figured these other players might shift some gears, and Adam certainly has here. He has ripped it for 15 bigs effective with the ace-3 off, blind versus blind.
And Kyle just looks tortured with the 7-8 here.
아, 이걸 내가 차고 나갔구나. 이걸 차고 나가서 드렸구나.
Finds the muck. Annie in chat saying, good game, Andrew. Certainly. And we will most definitely see him back at another final table in the very near future.
Yeah, that is one thing Andrew can do, is make final tables. Yeah, that was next level from Kyle there with the 7-8 fold.
Above the rim.
The most painful 7-8 fold I've ever seen. Yeah, it looks like Andre gonna raise it up. Kyle limping the queen 10. I wonder if he was thinking limp shove here.
Yeah, part of the problem is Andre might just be pot committed after that raise. He obviously had a stronger hand than he's going to have quite often in that spot.
Yeah, I think Andre's going to be raising any 2 there.
Me again?
Small one. 50.
Remaining 4 players locking up 73.90. Next pay jump to 10,190.
Come on, man.
Almost 3K, like 2,800. Not bad.
That is 200. Three players.
Dribbling.
9-10-4, Rainbow. Gut shot for Andre. Quickly checks through to a 3 of diamonds on the turn. Queen high, still good for Young Hee. And Andre going to take the initiative as he has in most spots all night. Makes a bet, and it's going to be called. And Young Hee's actually folded, so excuse the graphic. Adam, the remaining player in the hand.
Adam gonna bluff with the best hand here. Take it down.
Another nice move by Adam.
Yeah, more battles for Adam and Andre. This one's gonna go to Adam. Well played with the Jack 7.
How many espresso martinis before they cut them off?
Kyle trying to get an espresso martini.
I have no idea if I were to guess. 3 and he's hammered.
Yeah, it seems like he does need more caffeine.
Well, caffeinated or not, he's going to raise King 9 suited, and Andre, button and ace jack. Going to 3-bet.
That is
700,000 is the new price of poker.
What, 700?
700.
Yeah, great spot for Andre. With a real one, 4-handed. Over to Adam with also ace jack. Gonna let it go. Well, that's good news for Kyle if he continues in his hands. but I gotta think that this one's hitting the muck.
Yeah, I think some frustration setting in for Kyle. Andre playing back at him twice in a row in similar spots, but
yeah, and Andre choosing to lie again, saying he has 5-6 suited.
Probably right. But you folded ace jack?
also we're 50-50 on truths and lie in that one.
Yeah.
Andre picking up some hands. Ace-10 suited now, under the gun. He's going to go with his larger size.
Yeah, I'm going to go huge here.
And kings for Young He.
I was going to say, when you go this big and somebody plays back at you, I think it makes it a pretty easy fold with ace-10 suited here. But let's see what happens. I think that is the big advantage of going with a bigger sizing. That this is basically, you need to be treating this bet from Young He like a 4-bet.
Big bet is 1.2.
Oh, and we've got an all-in from Kyle here, and he's got jacks, and he's just going to run right into it from Young He.
Wow.
Making it extremely easy from Andre, at least, to lay this down, but he still just doesn't want to.
Actually, the all-in is less than Young He, so if he calls, he's...
Yeah, and he is going to call.
He's getting great odds, and the way things have gone, don't be surprised if you see some spin.
Coming,
yeah,
right? Like, if he wins this pot, he's going to be able to just run.
$3.65 million in the middle, and Kyle cannot watch. Ace on the flop.
How does he do it? You just press call until your finger is broken, and Young He gonna go huge into this side pot. But the card came that you didn't want to see. And we saw this earlier when the ace-king came on her queen's board. She is not scared.
How much is that?
1.7.
When overcards come to her pair. Andre, I would think he's got to just be hating this.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be out-kicked a fair amount of times as played. I mean, Young He has all the better aces. If she can get him to lay down the ace-10, but we certainly know Andre has a history of being sticky.
And he
lets
does.
it go.
And
What
does.
a move by Young He.
And he does. And he's going to see it and just hate himself. He knows he could have had this tournament all but over if he just clicked call one more time. But I can't blame him.
Oh, and the king
and
comes on the
hated it.
turn. Wow.
He would have never got away on that run out. But
I had an ace. I just put on a bigger ace.
and Andre, even when he's wrong,
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah.
it turns out to be right.
You know,
This is
oh yeah,
an unbelievable run
I
of
was
cards.
this
but
close to pushing all in.
wow.
Yeah, for sure.
She would have folded you right. Oh my God, yeah. She had to fold. I put her on a bigger ace. But I kept saying to myself, you know what? I'm not gonna fold it, so push it all in. Get it over with.
And Young He gonna skyrocket into the chip lead.
Alright. You got away with one on me. I got to
But
play better.
everybody's got chips now. Everybody above 40 big blinds.
Someone said I have to check on the flop.
And great game by Kyle.
Yeah, one of the most interesting hands we've had, and Kyle gonna exit in fourth place for 73.90. All these players locking up 5 figures, just a touch over 10,190.
If I push in, she's gone. I didn't even, oh my God, Andre. Well done. You'd have never seen that king coming. Well done.
$700K in the middle. Ace deuce versus Jack 4. Jack 4 with an open ender. Ace deuce still in the lead. River's a 5 and ace high. Gonna
I
be
miss-
good
I
if we
can't
get
play
to
with
showdown.
Beat me every time.
And we do. Young He now up over 9 million.
Yeah, Young He happy to get to a cheap showdown there. Andre choosing not to apply any pressure and gonna let her just win with ace high. And wow, just like that, you know.
Yeah, what a wild hand. And imagine if Andre goes all in
Young He just
and we
has
get to a run out.
fold,
Yeah, Young He would have.
and Andre would just have all the chips.
Got to get out of this baseball game and get back into this game.
Yeah. Now it got real, huh?
Yeah, very interesting to think about that spot.
that
If
was
Andre goes
very
all in,
expensive
he has
mistake.
all the chips because Young He has to fold. And if he just calls, then Young He has all the chips.
Yeah, and nobody gets away.
Young He picking up another hand, couple of 10s in the big blind.
Oh, and she's gonna just flat. Really nice here by Young He.
Ace, Trey.
She's not gonna like the flop, but I gotta think.
Yeah, 600,000. Yeah, I don't think you can fold to one bet,
And
and
she's gonna
raise
and get it done and get the extra million out of Andre there. 1.5 million actually. And Young He just making all the right moves, not scared about the ace, correctly realizing blind versus blind. She's still good here.
Now Eclipse is having half the chips in play.
Yeah, and you gotta think Adam is just loving life, seeing how this is playing. He's gotta think that he's got a direct path to heads up with Young He if her and Andre are just gonna continue to clash. Because she seems to have the kryptonite for this man. And Andre looking down at 10-3 suited from the button, possibly tilt raising, but they are three-handed. You should be raising pretty wide here. What did he say? Was it a lie?
Didn't quite make it out. Might be three-handed for a bit. We've got nobody particularly short. Adam, the shortest stack, still has 39 bigs.
Yeah, Adam's in no danger right now. Our short stack. We're going to be opening up the queen 10. Andre coming along with the queen 3. Going to go from dominated to dominating as the 3 comes on the flop.
Quick bet from Adam. Gets a quick call from Andre. They'll see a turn card. Ace of diamonds.
Could be a chance for Adam to take the pot away here. Yeah, I was going to point this out. As Andre starts losing chips, doubt starts to creep in. So you start doubting yourselves on hands like this where he probably would have floated earlier in the tournament for another bet. He's just going to snap, let it go to the queen high of Adam.
Yeah, and I maybe noticing Andre seems to, we've mentioned sticky in terms of how he's played, but it seems to be very opponent specific, which it should be if you're going to be sticky in certain spots. So
Yeah.
hasn't seemed to be quite as sticky with Adam in particular.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Raise from Young He with Queen Jack, and Andre calling with Queen 8 and Queen High flop. This could be trouble for Andre. Outkicked.
Yeah, this is a disaster from Andre. He's going to lose at least one bet here. And you could even raise. Yeah, and he does go ahead and take the aggressive route with the flush draw on the board. Top pair going to be good so often.
This player's taking no time in their decision making. Another barrel from Andre.
And I think she shoved. I think, yeah, and she shoved.
All in from Young Hee.
Oh, and
Insta
Andre
jam.
hates it. Andre hates it. Young Hee just knows exactly where she's at in these hands. Just another extremely well played hand by her, making Andre put the absolute maximum in before she forces him to make a decision for the rest of his chips.
Yeah, for a moment when he capped his cards there, I thought he was flicking in a call.
I
It
thought
was
so
kind of
too.
close.
I thought he was calling there as well. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away with so much in the middle. And
Makes
he
the
can't,
call.
And he can't. And he's going to be dead to an 8 here. As Young Hee has just picked Andre apart.
Gigantic pot, 9,700,000. And Rivers a king, and Young Hee going to take a huge chip lead into heads up.
Inconsequential king on the river means Young Hee has slain the dragon, and it's going to be Young Hee and Adam for the trophy. As Andre goes from first to worst real quick.
Does go home with 10,190 and certainly nicely played. Navigated a field of 795 entrants in this $200 buy-in, 100K guarantee tournament. Summer warm-up here at TCH Social in Austin. Great to have Andre at the final table. It was certainly entertaining to watch play.
Yeah, really well played by Andre. Not a scared player by any means. Was very involved. Made a lot of great decisions, but just got cold at the wrong time. Had the chip lead most of the final table, but just was not able to overcome the dragon, Young Hee.
Thank you.
Both players, this is now essentially a heads-up match for 7K.
It is.
Oh, sorry. 200?
7 bits too.
I thought you were trying to. Oh, next step.
So basically we're playing heads up for fourth place money at this juncture, and Adam with a lot of work to do.
What do you have, like 20 million?
Yeah, gonna be an uphill climb for Adam, but once you get heads up, it can start happening in a hurry.
You have like 4 to 1.
Yeah, basically Adam with the double up pretty much levels the playing field, so we're just one hand away from a completely different dynamic here, but
All good. 7 raised.
Adam gonna raise the button with Queen 10 and Young Hee waking up with the Cowboys.
Young Hee deciding why cool off now.
5-5 deuce.
Yeah, good flop for Adam to where he's not gonna have to lose too many more chips. Probably just gonna, fold to a C-bet. Young Hee on fire here late in the tournament.
Adam not going to stand for limping. We'll raise with the 8 deuce, and we have 8 deuce versus 5 deuce, and 8 deuce is way ahead. We're going to see a flop, 900,000 in the middle, and absolutely no connectivity with this extremely wet board. 8-9 queen all spades. Young Hee will let it go to a C bet from Adam.
Yeah, nice pot from Adam.
You guys have a new dealer and new blinds.
Maybe the start of a little momentum going his way.
Michael going to return to the box. Do want to let all of you know we do have another stream coming up this week. Wednesday, we'll be back to the cash streets with 510 No Limit Hold'em. Nice lineup of local high-stakes players, as well as a few folks from out of town, so a lot to look forward to with that. I'm Kyle Frisbee, joined by John Good in the booth tonight. Appreciate all of you who have hopped in the chat thus far, rooting on your favorite or player or friend. You know, a few of you joining us from Las Vegas out there for the World Series of Poker. Speaking of which, very successful circuit event here in Austin earlier this year, and coming back in September. Look for updates on the returning WSOP circuit. An all-in jam from Adam and a
call.
Snap from King 10 of Young He, and this could be it. Or Adam is going to have chips.
Stand up. I haven't stood up yet.
Okay, okay. We stand
This
up.
was not a series. This was just our summer warm-up. Just a random little 2-day series. But Adam looks like
Good luck. Good luck.
he was ready to play a huge one. And Young
Jack
He
7
obliges.
Oh, no. But a 9 on the turn.
Looking for a King 10 or some kind of straightening cards. That's not one of them.
Yeah, 7. Good card for Adam.
Deuce on the river.
Be just a 900,000 or so separating the two.
The deuce
and
on the river. Just like that.
got a whole new heads-up match.
Oh, now you want to chop now. Let's go. That's right. We're watching.
And just like we were saying, all it takes is one hand. And in a hurry, Adam has evened this thing up. 1.2 million separating them.
How much?
4.425.
And it is anybody's game.
Yeah, truly anybody's game. Funny that Adam mentioned not wanting to chop. I spoke to him before the stream. He said he's not chopping, so we'll be playing this one out for the difference between 15,820 and 22,540. Just about fourth place money at stake between these two players, and Adam has essentially leveled the playing field, just a small pot or two away from taking the chip lead. Roman in chat saying Young He knocked me out in 19th. Nice run, though.
She knocked a lot of people out, so don't feel too bad. I think if this was a bounty tournament, she would have the most bounties.
Ace 5. Nice hand heads up. She'll raise the button. 10-6 finds some muck for Adam.
Adam says, you know what? Keep it.
Really bad.
Nobody knows.
I do have to compliment Young He's table presence. Early in the final table, she lost a big pot to a rivered flush, gave a smile and a nice hand, and she wins and loses with grace.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping her composure there was huge. We wondered in the moment, but yeah, really well done
All in.
by Young He. And she's gonna stay aggressive, not allow Adam to get little raises through.
You just want to flip. You don't want to play?
I wanna finish.
Jack in chat, how rare is it for a regular cash game player to be successful in tourney poker? I wouldn't say all that rare, but what I would say is that generally the cash game players are going to be pretty successful in the earlier stages of tournaments, but might start to struggle in certain spots where the stack depth is something they're much less familiar with. But usually a winning cash player is going to be a pretty solid player overall.
Yeah.
So I would say it generally translates well, but except for what they would probably want to do is study more tourney-specific spots when you're down to 30, 20, 15, 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
What say you, Mr. John Good?
No, I agree 100%. I think as long as a cash game player stays in the range of above 100 big blinds, they're going to be extremely comfortable and they're going to play really well. That's why these cash game players are so dangerous when they have big stacks deep in tournaments, because that's when they start to become more familiar than the tournament player with what should be going on. Am I supposed to be floating here, seeing more pots and playing more hands, whereas a tournament player is going to be more refined pre-flop. Cash game player is most of the time going to have a post-flop advantage.
Good question, Jack. Raise to 300K with a suited 10-3 from Adam, and Young Hee just going to call with the ace-10. We've seen her do this in a few spots, disguising some of her stronger holdings, and that's a flush draw for Adam.
Yeah, we see Young Hee do this and get paid earlier in the tournament with the ace-king suited. Now we might see the negative side of trapping when her opponent's got some equity here and she feels like kind of she has to float because she was trapping pre-flop and she has such a strong hand.
Board pairs the queen, and Young Hee still ahead with the ace-high and gonna apply some pressure here.
Interesting.
1 million is the wager.
Oh, what an interesting way to play this hand.
Adam gonna call with his flush draw, looking for a heart or a 3.
Yeah, Adam not a man that's gonna lay down this much equity, especially heads up.
And river's a 5, so ace high still good for Young Hee, and looks like she's carving out another barrel, and Adam with just 10 high now, presumably just gonna lay it down.
Yeah, he's not gonna call.
Yeah, jam is an option, but that would be on the aggressive side.
And he does it. He pulls the trigger. Adam.
He rips it. What? And all in by Adam.
What? What a play. What a play here by Adam.
Young Hee clicking the call button away from winning the tournament, but how could she call? She lets it go, and
the call, it's all over,
massive
baby.
Move by Adam.
And he shows it. And he shows. An absolutely above the rim play by Adam. A tournament winning play. And all I can say is wow.
And now takes over the chip lead. 12 million to 7.4, and Adam fearless. That river jam.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting bluff by Adam there, putting 7K on the line.
English, please. English, please. English. Thank you. I'm saying English, please.
Yeah, really just a beautiful bluff there.
So mine is 75, right?
They don't like it. They like to make fun of me. 375.
Jacob and Chad agreeing. Sick bluff by Adam, no doubt.
No, it's funny because we just said something to them and they didn't.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the better bluffs I've seen in a long time.
I never make fun of you, Mike.
People feel too easily, bro.
I never make fun of you.
Young Hee will raise and take it.
Big blind, please. 125, 125. Thank you. I just don't like getting five bullshit. Like people say they can say certain things because I'm working. Like leveraging against your job.
All in.
Players all in.
And Adam just going to rip again.
Calls.
Ace
And
10 all
Young
in,
Hee
and this could
can't
be
fold.
it. King Queen suited makes the call, and Adam, if he can hold, the tournament is his.
Good luck.
fist pound between two great competitors.
I got it covered. Or? Okay. It's real close. It's very close. Do side flop.
To the flop. 10 on the flop.
Yeah, mainly inconsequential.
Looking for a king, queen, backdoor diamond, some type of. There's a diamond.
There's the sweat.
14 outs for Young Hee.
Always a sweat.
Come on. Deuce of spade.
Can
one
never
time.
be easy. The river is the 8 of hearts, and Adam is
Gonna
our
take it.
champion. What a move with that river bluff with just 10 high.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the winner of $22,540. He said no chops, and he's our champion. And Young Hee, fantastically played. She's going to go home with $15,820, and a pleasure to have on the stream.
Yeah, really well played. Down to the wire there. Adam with the bluff of the tournament, getting it done with the 10-3, missing the flush, but not letting that stop him.
That'll conclude things from Austin, Texas tonight. Adam J is the summer warm-up champion.
Good job.
He'll go home with a big pile of cash, $22,540. As I mentioned, we'll be back with you on Wednesday for 5-10 No Limit Hold'em cash game. Join us at 6 p.m. for that. And that'll conclude things from Austin, Texas. I'm Kyle Frisbee. He's John Good. We've had a great time with you guys tonight, hopping in the chat. Good luck at the tables out there, and have a great night.
See you guys.